Hi there, welcome to Don's Workshop. Today I'm starting a new build. I had the Lamborghini Countach to build, and I think we're just gonna get started on that right away. Have the book here, once again in the now paper bag style. No stickers. Once again, very nice books that they have with these sets. So, anyway. Okay, I got everything sorted here, so let's get started. I'm gonna do something a little bit different today. I think I'm gonna just build, and I am going to talk a little bit about some of the situation that's going on with AI. So let's get started building. And we have the frame here. So if anyone's been paying attention, we got more than one frame. If you've been paying attention to some of what's going on in the news lately regarding AI and the warning about it taking everyone's jobs, that has been a bit of what they've been just like kind of saying, like, oh, AI is going to take everybody's jobs. Now, I don't know what they mean by everybody, but I really don't think it is going to take everybody's jobs. Now everyone's saying, oh, well, yeah, you'll be a plumber or whatever. And it's not just that. There's a lot of jobs that are out there that they underestimate how much like a person is involved in these jobs. They're making, some of the people who are predicting this are making a lot of assumptions, or some of the people predicting this have been making a lot of assumptions, or they haven't actually worked at some businesses that would, how would you replace some of the people at these businesses? Like, the AI isn't gonna be able to just do that overnight or ever, maybe. Like, you still need people to do a lot of jobs, and before you know what the AI might be replacing, there has to be a job there in the first place and somebody who knows what's going on. And that is probably the biggest problem that they ignore when they are saying the AI is going to take everybody's jobs. So the main thing AI is doing right now that you can do with it, if you know what you're doing, is that it's going to just help catch up on a massive backlog of tasks inside businesses that you get these tasks in IT that, oh, we want to automate this, or we want to automate that. And that has been, of course, that has increased a lot over the years, that the frequency of like, oh, we want this automated, we want that automated. And that is what the AI tools that are available are going to allow. It's going to just allow that kind of automation to be possible. Because a developer, what are we looking at here? Do I have that right? Oh, there we go. A developer usually can't just go ahead and build some automation. There's usually many steps before any kind of automation can be built. You need people looking into, like, what is the process, documenting processes, building out project plans, assigning resources, all that project management stuff. And this is just normal, small, mid-sized businesses. They need to do this. Like, that's what they have to do, because there just isn't enough resources. They haven't documented their processes. They need to document them if they want them automated. The developer can't just make something out of thin air that's going to actually automate a process if they don't know what the process is. So that's where you run into issues. Now, what they're making an assumption, a pretty big assumption, but it's not necessarily accurate. And that is that a lot of the processes in these businesses are going to be the same, and there's probably already documentation inside these LLMs that would fit the process, right? Except that most of these businesses that have this stuff, they don't really know for sure what's going on. And if they wanted to just replace a process, like, they would have done it already, right? Because most of the time you can do that just by buying some new software that just does the process more efficiently. But that's not what they're doing. They're not, it takes too much effort, once again, project management, to try to do data conversions on stuff. It's a lot of work. Now, once again, AI can help. It can help, but it's not necessarily going to get it right if there is no documentation on exactly what the business is doing. It's a consistent thing here. Oh, I'm missing those. That's what I missed. I put that in the wrong spot. Okay, let's put these on here. These aren't supposed to go here. They're supposed to go here. Yeah, I did that backwards. So yeah. So yeah, these businesses are not going to be able to just pick up and change everything and then have AI be able to just take over their processes. It's going to take, it can eventually, like with all these things, eventually the processes might get documented enough that you can throw them in the AI to have them figure them out. Or you can record video of it and it'll be able to figure it out. But we're not at that stage yet. And things are moving pretty fast, but I don't know if they are going to move like that fast. And maybe there's warnings that, like, this is going to happen in 3 to 5 years. We don't know that. And also, in the meantime, we're talking about the requirements for a lot of places is that they're going to need a lot of people to actually understand how to do this stuff. And what has consistently happened, okay, let's see. The Lamborghini Countach is known for a memorable appearance in classic TV series and major blockbuster films throughout the 1980s. Indeed, it was. So it's going to take a lot more time than I think is kind of thrown out there to get to a point where AI is going to be effectively able to do some of these jobs that they're talking about. Now, if you have been using it, and I have been trying it out for different things, it is getting better at doing coding. Because guess who's using it the most right now? Developers. Developers. They are using it the most right now because it does what I was just mentioning. It lets them take a problem that they have, usually particularly to themselves, like something they are working on or a tool they want to make, and it's able to do that for them because they understand the problem domain. They understand what they want to make, and they're able to provide the correct kind of input to the AI tools, the agents, to get it to produce something that is useful to them. And what has been rather consistent has been that once you kind of get to a state where you're asking the AI tools to do something more complicated, either it can get lost or the domain is too big because you can't, there's still the limitations on how much data can be put in. And that's a limitation that's going to eventually shrink. That's going to become to the point where once the inputs can be larger, there will be less of that problem. But in the meantime, it is possible to use some old tricks to shrink the inputs so that it still is able to provide somewhat useful outputs. But once again, that is getting into, you need somebody who knows what they're doing, and that's developers. They know what they're talking about, they know how to do these things, and they're the ones finding the most use out of these tools. And that might affect, that's going to definitely affect the developer world, because as developers use it more and make better tools for themselves, there's going to be some developers that are going to be left out. The less, I'm going to call just the less good ones. There are people who got into coding and software development for a job, just for the money, because they're told this is a good way to earn a living. And now that's kind of, some of those people may not have all the right skills, all the right understanding or motivation to continue to work and have like the kind of ideas that you need to have to use these AI tools effectively. And anyone who really understands development tools and who has been excited about programming, a lot of those people are going to be still pretty excited. I find it pretty interesting. I've been trying them out and developing some things that I've never had the time to really do, because it takes a lot of time to learn how to program in some new language. Anyway. Okay. So that has been a part 1 of my Lamborghini Countach build, along with my AI discussion. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and take it easy.